Okay.
What's up?
So I'm going to sit there. And your kids can come out.
Okay.
Around.
Okay, Brody, why don't you go on that side? Or we stay right here. There we go.
Put your left hand, ready?
Yes.
I state your name.
I, Micah Beckwith,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will fairly and impartially discharge the duties
of
the office of the Lieutenant Governor of the State of Indiana
the office of Lieutenant Governor of the State of Indiana
to the best of my skill and ability.
to the best of my skill and ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Love you guys. You guys want to wave? Thank you. Thank you. Love you guys. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Well, honored guests, distinguished colleagues, family, friends, and fellow Hoosiers, thank you. Thank you for this incredible honor. Today is a day of great significance, not just for me, but for the people of Indiana. To be entrusted with the office of Lieutenant Governor is both a privilege and a responsibility I take with the utmost urgency and solemn dedication. First and foremost, I want to express my deepest gratitude to the people of Indiana for placing their trust in me. This is your victory too. I stand before you today not as an individual, but as a servant of the people. It is you, every Hoosier, every family, every community, who have given me this opportunity, and it is to you that I will always answer. I would like to thank my beautiful wife, Susan. And if you happen to be at the inaugural ball on Saturday night and heard her rendition of the national anthem, wasn't that amazing? I was walking the room and people kept asking if our wives, Governor, could come to the Lincoln Days, and they didn't really ask if we could come to the Lincoln Days. So but both Maureen and Susan, you did a great job, and we are so thankful for you both. You, Susan, you are beautiful and you're talented, and you embody everything that Proverbs 31 says about a wife of noble character. I would like to thank my family, mom, dad, Karen, Larry, brothers and sisters, family, friends, everyone who has tirelessly worked and volunteered knowing that this day would come. Thank you for your unwavering support. The journey is never undertaken alone, and I am deeply grateful for the love and the encouragement you've provided every step of the way. Together we have built a state that leads the nation in many ways, whether it's in job creation, fiscal responsibility, or community engagement. But we know that our work is far from done. As Lieutenant Governor, I will serve alongside great servant leaders like Governor Braun, Attorney General Rokita, Treasurer Elliott, Comptroller Nishala, Secretary Morales, as well as the Indiana General Assembly, and the countless local government officials to continue advancing policies that strengthen our economy, protect our values, and support every Hoosier in realizing their full God-given potential. As Lieutenant Governor, one of my most important responsibilities will be to support rural Indiana. Growing up as a small-town boy, I recognized that the heart and soul of our state and our nation lives in the small rural communities that are the backbone of our economy and our culture. I promise to be a voice for rural Indiana in the halls of the State House, throughout the four corners of the state, from coast to coast and around the world, to ensure that your concerns are heard and that your needs are met. But my focus will also be on fostering collaboration and unity across all parts of our state. You know, in today's polarized world, it's easy to forget that we all share the same dreams for our families, for our communities. We all want to see Indiana thrive. We all want our children to have a brighter future. We all want safe and prosperous communities. And it is through working together across political lines, across geographic boundaries, across generations that we will build an even stronger Indiana. I am reminded in this moment of one of the greatest Americans to ever live, our first president, President George Washington, who at his very first inauguration, when taking the solemn oath of office, referenced the Holy Scriptures that have brought righteous guidance to nations throughout the history. It was on that spring New York City day on April 30th, 1789, he placed his hand on the Bible, opened to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Washington expressed his fervent supplications to that almighty being who rules over the universe, who presides in the councils of nations, whose providential aids can supply every human defect. He prayed that his benediction would consecrate the government of the United States to the liberties and the happiness of the people, and enable every instrument employed in its administration to execute their functions with success. This reference to Deuteronomy 28 underscores President Washington's deep faith in the God of heaven and earth and his belief in divine providence guiding the newly formed nation. On today's solemn occasion, I too thought it would be fitting to also read a little from Deuteronomy chapter 28 and remember the words spoken by President Washington all those years ago that reminded us blessings over nations and over states come first and foremost from the throne of heaven. Deuteronomy 28 says this: if you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow his commands I give you today, the Lord your God will set you high above the nations of the earth. All the blessings will come on you and accompany you. If you obey the Lord your God, you will be blessed in the city and blessed in the country. The fruit of your womb will be blessed, the crops of your land, the young of your livestock, the calves of your herds, and the lambs in your flocks. Your basket and your kneading trough will be blessed. You will be blessed when you come in, and you will be blessed when you go out. The Lord will grant the enemies who rise up against you. They will be defeated before you. They will come at you from every direction, but flee from you in 7. The Lord will send a blessing on your barns and everything you put your hand to. God will bless you in the land he has given you. The Lord will establish you as the holy people, as he promised you on oath, if you keep the commands of the Lord your God and walk in obedience to him. Then all the peoples on the earth will see that you are called by the name of the Lord, and they will fear you. The Lord will grant you abundant prosperity in the fruit of your womb, the young of your livestock, the crops of your ground, the land he swore to your ancestors to give you. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouses of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season, and to bless all the work of your hands. You will lend to many nations, but borrow from none. The Lord will make you the head and not the tail. And if you pay attention to these commands of the Lord your God that I give you on this day, carefully follow them, you will always be at the top and never at the bottom. My fellow Hoosiers, let me leave you with this thought. We are all on a journey together. This is not about one person or one office. This is about all of us, every Hoosier, working to make Indiana the best place to live, to work, and to raise a family. As President Washington encouraged his fellow Americans to walk uprightly before heaven, today I call on Indiana to also remember the words so wisely spoken 236 years ago. If we do what is right, if we do what is just, and we do what is virtuous before the throne of heaven, Indiana will be that shining city on a hill that every state in the nation and around the world will envy and admire. My fellow Hoosiers, now is that time. It is with great honor I accept this task to serve you faithfully before God, before our state constitution, before you and your families, and I look forward to being your lieutenant governor. Thank you, and may God bless you. May God bless this great state of Indiana, and may God bless these United States of America.
All right, what we've been waiting for. Would Governor-elect